Hello again, everyone. Todd Michael Putnam coming back at you with another level design, another session adventure for my campaign. And this one's not super elaborate or difficult to do, but it's been something I've actually been wanting to do for a real long time and was never able to find the models and stuff that I wanted to do for it. I wanted to build and have an adventure in a Hobbit Shire, and so that's what we did. And the star of the show on this are these guys right here that I found on Amazon, which are aquarium decorations, pre-painted and everything, ready to rock and roll. They're actually about the right scale too, almost perfect on the scale, but they are just aquarium decorations so the fish can swim in and out of them. But they do the job beautifully for making hobbit homes. So most of them are the smaller size. The three of them I have are like about 7.5 inches or so. There's another larger one that I'm going to be using as like a Hobbit town hall / pub. That's this one right here. That one's about 11.5 inches. And then the rest of that have some roadways and of course a grass mat. And then the Whiz Kids had 2 sets that just finally released. I've been waiting months and months for them. That's just a medieval farmer set. And that has a bunch of things like little hay and cows and various types of farming buildings and stuff. I don't know if the light is going to get that. There we go. Farming buildings and whatnot that it comes with. There's 2 different sets, and I got both of those. And then I found these fields were on eBay. You could craft them yourself easily, I'm sure. And just threw them all on a grass mat, and then grabbed some roadways and threw it together, and there you go. You get some pigs and stuff in a pen, and some goats and whatnot, and that kind of stuff all laid out. But that's the general idea of the layout, at least, is that it's a Hobbit Shire, and this area here, which is going to be where the first initial major encounters to take place. The area will be completely empty when they come in. And when they finally go into the large pub area, they're gonna, what I do is I have this section here that I just pull this stuff off, fold up that, and there we go, we're in business. That's the pub, and there'll be lots of role play and opportunities and stuff going on in there. They're gonna be discussing a big thing that's occurring. They're trying to figure out a mystery of basically who trampled all of their fields. There's hoof prints and stuff trampling all through their crops, destroying a whole bunch of them, and they're going to be arguing back and forth, sort of like the British House of Commons Parliament, I guess. You know, taking jabs at each other and throwing out conspiracy theories about what caused it, and so on and so forth. Eventually, there's going to come some flaming arrows. They're going to fly through the pub windows and whatnot, and going to start setting stuff on fire. Obviously, they are now under attack, and the mystery will be resolved. As a DM, I have this here. I just call this my adventure resource, my little orange box. It's a shoebox, and I just have my encounters and stuff in here. And I have a variety of centaurs that are going to be coming through, and they will. There's also a druid centaur, and I think a warlock centaur, and some other various classes, champion fighter types that come through, screaming that the area has been claimed as theirs by Lord Greenscale, and that the hobbits must now exit this area. Nobody knows who this Lord Greenscale is. Of course, the players will do battle with him, do battle with the centaurs, and presumably defeat them, assuming the dice rolls and good strategy all goes their way. And then I will bring out this guy, which is Lord Greenscale himself. Been waiting to use this particular mini for some time. It's a beautiful mini. Oops. Trying to keep so he will come out, and he will basically have been, he's a forest dragon, and he will be beguiled. He's been beguiled by some forces, but they don't know that yet. He will begin attacking and claiming that the area is being claimed under his rulership for the Empire of Scale, which is the background story for my campaign. Once the players get him down to low enough health, he will actually start making saving throws and snap out of his beguilement, and he will realize that certainly the Hobbit folk and the Shire folk have never been his enemy, and wonder what he's doing. When he comes fully to his senses, he will say that he has been charmed by secretive individuals that came to say that they were going to give tributes and whatnot to him as the Lord of the Forest, but instead they tricked him and beguiled him into believing that he was a part of this empire of scale and that he needed to claim these lands for his own, and he will tell the players where to head off to next to try and take retribution on these creatures, whoever they may be, these hooded, cloaked figures, mysterious as they are, that were able to charm such a powerful creature. And then the next adventure will follow suit next time we play. So that's the basic idea, but you can see I'm all set up here. Of course, I've got my infamous dice tray that my players hate because my rolls are so good on it. That's why I roll in. You'll notice that the dice tray is in the public so everybody can see the rolls. And then, of course, I've got my stat tracker cards set up. These are custom ones, and then I just use regular 3x5 for my players because all I really need for them most of the time is just their name, their class, the player name, and then armor class and passive perception. So I know whether or not I've hit them. I know whether or not if a thief is sneaking or something like that, or if their passive perception will pick up on a trap or anything of that nature. So, and of course my 4 infamous Death Reapers, which whenever the players reach 0 hit points and they start making death saving throws, what I do is I take those guys, I take one of them, and I will throw it on the map about 30 feet away from the player, and each time they fail a death save, he gets 10 feet closer, and once he gets within 10 feet of the players, meaning they have failed 3 death saves, he swings his great scythe, cutting the silver cord that binds them between this world and the heavens above, severing their life forever, and they are then actually dead. That's just a play mechanic that I use. What it really does, though, in game terms, is it allows other players to visually see how close to death their comrades are if they're rolling death saves. So their first death save, second, third, you know, how close to being truly dead their compatriots may actually be, and that adds a certain amount of urgency to the game. So that's it. That's all it is. It's a relatively straightforward, simple setup for this one here. Just really excited to find a way to do a Hobbitville Shire thing, and should turn out pretty good. Looking forward to see you guys next session. Thank you. Bye.